So first question, first is warm sea temperature and pre-existing weak low pressure area and low level cyclonic circulation and upper divergence above the sea level. So sea level system, upper divergence above the sea level system. Which of the following above, which of the above are necessary condition for the formation of tropical cyclones? So warm sea temperature, sea surface temperature, it is correct. Pre-existing weak low pressure area, pre-existing weak low pressure area and low level cyclonic circulation and upper divergence above sea level. So which of the following necessary condition for the formation of tropical cyclones? All are correct. All are mainly necessary condition for the cyclone. So the necessary condition for formation of cyclones, tropical cyclones, are continuous supply of abundant of warm and moist air. So continuous supply of abundant and moist, warm and moist air, and warm surface temperature in lower latitude should be 27 degree. They developed in intertropical ITCZ and pre-existing weak low pressure area and low level cyclonic circulation and upper divergence above low sea level system, and a distance from the equator is necessary so that it allows the Coriolis effect to deflect winds blowing towards the low pressure center. A distance from the equator is necessary so that it allows Coriolis effect to deflect winds blowing towards low pressure center. So next question, next question, with reference to National Cyclone Risk Mitigation Project, consider the following statements. National Cyclone Risk Mitigation Project. So it seeks to minimize vulnerability in the cyclonic hazards prone states and UT of India. So it seeks to minimize vulnerabilities. So National Cyclone Risk Mitigation Project is mainly seeks to minimize vulnerability of the cyclone hazard prone states and UT and India and make people and infrastructure disaster resilient and harmony with conservation of coastal ecosystem. First is the correct. It says to so National Cyclone Risk Mitigation Project, NCRMP, National Cyclone Risk Mitigation Project, NCRMP. So it seeks to minimize vulnerability in the cyclone hazard and hazard prone states and UT in India and make people and infrastructure disaster resilient and in harmony with conservation of coastal ecosystem. And first is the correct. And second, the National Disaster Management Authority (NDMA) under the aegis of Ministry of Home Affairs implement the project. National Disaster Management Authority under the aegis of Ministry of Home Affairs implement the project. So which is the correct? Both 1 and 2 are correct. So we can see all the things. National Disaster Management Authority, so it is mainly come under the Ministry of Home Affairs, implement the project. Coordination with the participating state government and National Human Institute for Disaster Management. Consider the following statements about the Global Wage Report 2019. 1819 Global Wage Report 2018-19. The Global Wage Report, so workers in India got the highest average real wage growth adjusted for inflation in the last decade in South Asia. So Global Wage Report 2018-19, the workers in India got highest average real wage growth adjusted for inflation in the last decade in South Asia. Pakistan had the highest gap between man and woman income. No, it is incorrect. So which is correct? One only correct. So workers in India got the highest average real wage growth adjusted for the inflation in the last decade in Asia, according to Global Wage Report 2018-19 published by International Labour Organization (ILO) during 2018 to 17, real growth wage growth rate growth in India stood 5.5%, highest among the all countries in Southern Asia. Okay. Meanwhile, according to the report, India and Pakistan, the highest gap 34.5% and 34% respectively between man and woman earn. This wage gap was the worst among all the 73 countries for which data was compiled. So Pakistan had the highest gap between men and women. No, it is in India. So next question. Konkon exercise 2018 conducted between Konkon 2018 exercise is conducted between India and USA. Please remember India and USA UK. Konkon exercise 2018 conducted between India and United Kingdom. So, the bilateral Konkan Pro exercise is a naval exercise conducted between India and UK. The Konkon series of exercise was started in 2004. Since then, the exercise is hosted in rotation by both navies, has grown complexity, scale, and intensity. Started in 2004, Konkan exercise, India and UK. Consider the following statements about Tawang Monastery. Tawang Monastery, it is mainly the largest monastery in India and second largest in the world, and Potala, place in Lhasa, Tibet. So Tawang, it is located in Tawang in Himachal Pradesh. It is located not. It is in Himachal Pradesh not. So, but it is correct that second is the correct. It is the largest monastery in India and second largest in the world, and Potala place in Lhasa, Tibet. So Tawang Monastery located in Arunachal Pradesh, please remember, and known as Tibetan as Golden Namagyal Laste. That's it. It was built according to the Western wishes of fifth Dalai Lama Nagwang Lobsang Gyatso, an 8-meter high gilded statue of Lord Buddha dominated the sanctum of the monastery. It is the largest monastery in India and second largest in the world after the Potala Palace in Lhasa, Tibet. Next question. Which of the following statements is true regarding the Birsa Munda, an Indian tribal freedom fighter? Birsa Munda, so he claimed to be messenger of God, and started a new religion. He spearheaded a millenarian movement that arose in the tribal belt of modern-day Bihar and Jharkhand. He claimed to be messenger of God, started new religion, and and he sub- and he spearheaded a millenarian movement that arose in the Tibet, Lhasa, and modern-day Bihar and Jharkhand. So which are correct? Both are correct. So Birsa Munda was a young freedom fighter and a tribal leader whose spirit of activism and in the late 19th century in resembled to be a strong mark of protest against British rule in India. Late 19th century, he spearheaded an Indian tribal religious millenarian movement that arose in the tribal belt on modern-day Bihar and Jharkhand. Please remember, in the late 19th century, during the British Raj, thereby making him an important figure in the history of the Indian independence movement. Hence, statement 1 is the correct. Birsa claims to be a messenger of God and founder of new religion and sound uh, preposterous of the mission, and thereby there were also within the sect converts from Christianity, mostly Sardars. His simple system of offering was directed against the church, which levied a tax, and the concept of God. One God appealed to his people and found his religion and economical religion healer and miracle worker and a preacher spread out of all proportion. In statement 2 is the correct. His achievements are even more remarkable for having been accomplished before the age of 25 in the recognition of his impact of national movement. Okay, by the state of the Jharkhand created the birth anniversary of in 2000. Okay, so thank you.